Of the 7 people preparing for tonight's show, only one will take home the prize money of up to £20,000. The others will leave with nothing after their teammates vote them the weakest link.
Welcome to the weakest link. Any of the 7 people in the studio here tonight could win up to £20,000. They don't know each other, however. If they want the prize money, they'll have to work as a team. But 6 of them will leave with nothing, as round by round we lose the player voted the weakest link. Let's meet the team.
I'm Barbara, I'm 50 years old, a mother of 2 from Englefield Green in Surrey.
My name is David, I'm an 18-year-old student from Preston in Lancashire.
I'm Rob, I'm 18 and I'm studying pharmacy in Brighton.
I'm Lisa, I'm 33 and I'm a teacher from Manchester.
I'm Ian, I'm 33, I'm a hotel receptionist and I live in Kent.
I'm Gillian, I'm 19, I work in a surf shop and I'm from Scotland.
I'm Colin, 65-year-old sign and display consultant from Tatsfield in Surrey.
Now, the rules. In each round, the aim is to answer enough questions correctly to reach your £2,500 target within the time limit. The fastest way is to create a chain of 7 correct answers. Get your question wrong and you break the chain and lose all the money in that chain. But if you say bank before the question is asked, the money is safe. However, you start a new chain from scratch. Remember, at the end of the round, only money that has been banked can be taken forward. In round 1, there are 2.5 minutes on the clock. We'll start with the person whose name is first alphabetically. That's you, Barbara. Let's play the weakest link. First question is for £50. Start the clock. Barbara, what type of food is parmesan?
Cheese.
Correct. David, in film, Meg Ryan starred in the 1989 romantic comedy When Harry Met Who?
Sally.
Correct. Rob, a standard pool table has how many pockets?
6.
Correct. Lisa, in the animal kingdom, which large black and white mammal lives in the bamboo forest of southeast China?
Panda.
Giant panda, I'll accept panda. Ian, according to the saying, when preparing for a crisis, one should batten down the what?
Hatches.
Correct. Gillian,
Bank.
in the nursery rhyme, which king was a merry old soul?
Pass.
Oh, King Cole. Colin, in the animal kingdom, what A is a breed of dog often used as a guard or police dog?
Alsatian.
Correct. Barbara, how many angels were there in the 2000 film Charlie's Angels?
3.
Correct. David, according to the title of Bonnie Tyler's 1983 UK #1 single, she was suffering from a total eclipse of the what?
Heart.
Correct. Rob,
Bank.
Shandy is a mixture of beer and which soft drink?
Lemonade.
Correct. Lisa, in travel, what is the name of the train that runs from Waterloo to Paris and Brussels?
Pass.
Eurostar. Ian, complete the line from Charles Dickens' novel Oliver Twist. Please, sir, I want some what?
More.
Correct. Gillian,
Bank.
in geography, in which continent is Nigeria?
Africa.
Correct. Colin, which legendary outlaw lived in Sherwood Forest?
Robin Hood.
Correct. Barbara, in nature, what W is a geographical feature which occurs when a stream or river flows over a sheer drop?
A waterfall.
Correct. David, in children's TV, Fozzie Bear, Gonzo and Scooter were all regular characters in which show?
Magic Roundabout.
No, The Muppet Show. Rob, in rugby, which country's team are known as the All Blacks?
New Zealand.
Correct. Lisa, in biology, what is the name for the hard outer layer of a chicken's egg?
Shell.
Correct. Ian, in the animal kingdom, dingoes are wild dogs found in which country?
Mexico.
Australia. Gillian, in horse riding, what's the name of the leather seat placed on a horse?
Saddle.
Correct. Colin, in food, with which type of cuisine is lemongrass usually associated, Thai or Italian?
Thai.
Correct. Barbara, in which
Bank.
1997 film do a group of unemployed factory workers dance to the Donna Summer hit Hot Stuff in a job centre?
The Full Monty.
Correct. David, the 3 colours that make up the American flag are red, white and what?
Blue.
Correct.
Bank.
Rob, in TV, Ronnie Barker starred in which 1970s sitcom
Porridge.
shares... Correct. Lisa,
Bank.
in nature. Time's up. And in that round, you managed to bank £1,550 out of the £2,500 you could have won. The question is, who doesn't deserve to stay? Who, even at this very early stage, is looking worryingly dim? One of you is about to leave with nothing. It's time to vote off the weakest link.
The statistics show that Rob is the strongest link and Ian is the weakest link. But at this early stage of the game, what factors will the team take into account as they vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Ian.
Gillian.
Lisa.
Ian.
Gillian.
Lisa.
David.
Oh, we have a three-way tie. Ian, Lisa and Gillian have 2 votes each. Lisa, what do you do? Remind us.
I'm a teacher.
Are you? What do you teach?
English to foreign people.
None of those foreign students have ever told you about Eurostar?
No, most of them come from China, actually, Anne.
Pity. What did Ian do to upset you?
Not a lot, really, but like myself, I noticed he got a couple wrong.
One, actually. Ian, what do you do?
I work in a hotel.
Why Gillian?
She got 2 questions wrong.
Do you have to do any of the bills in the restaurant?
No.
Thank goodness for that, 'cause you can't count, can you? She got 1 question wrong. Gillian, why have you voted for Lisa?
Because I thought the Eurostar was quite an easy question. I'm
You didn't
afraid.
think Old King Cole was a merry old soul?
Yeah, I did, but I can't vote for myself, can I, Anne?
OK. Well, when the vote is tied, the strongest link has to cast the deciding vote. Rob, as the strongest link, who would you like to get rid of? You voted for Lisa, but you have a choice. Would you like to get rid of Ian, Lisa or Gillian?
I think it has to be Lisa because she got the easy Eurostar question wrong, and for that I think she should go out.
Lisa, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I did think I might win. I thought I had a good chance of winning the weakest link today. But such is life, I didn't, and I'm here. I'd like Rob to be voted off next, but he's doing quite well. I don't think he'll win, and I think realistically Gillian will be voted off next. Even I could have done the nursery rhyme question.
Round 2. So far, you've won £1,550 out of a possible £2,500. There are 6 of you left. We are now taking 10 seconds off the clock. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's you, Rob. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Rob, what is the name of a small marine fish with a head shaped like that of a horse?
A seahorse.
Correct, Ian. In music, with which instrument was the performer Liberace associated?
Piano.
Correct, Gillian. In chess, which is the only piece that can jump over other pieces?
Knight.
Correct, Colin. The event that forced President Nixon to resign was known as the what scandal?
Watergate.
Correct, Barbara.
Bang.
In TV, the actor Robert Who starred in the American series Heart to Heart?
Robert Wagner.
Correct, David. In which American sport do you have a pitcher?
Baseball.
Correct, Rob. Which fictional detective who lived at 221B Baker Street loved to play the violin?
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct, Ian. In sailing, what S is the name given to a person in charge of a ship or boat?
No, don't know.
Skipper. Gillian. Which star of the film Pretty Woman has an actor brother called Eric?
Julia Roberts.
Correct, Colin. In clothing, a tricorn hat has how many corners?
3.
Correct, Barbara. In the animal kingdom, which of the following is a crustacean? An eel, a shrimp or an oyster?
An oyster.
A shrimp. David. In food, cumin and nutmeg are types of what S?
Spice.
Correct, Rob. At what sport were Joe Dury and Annabel Croft both British #1s during the 1980s?
Tennis.
Correct, Ian. In theatre, which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical features the song The Music of the Night?
Cats.
Phantom of the Opera. Gillian. In maths, how many legs do a spider and a cow have between them?
12.
Correct.
Bang.
Colin, what B is the name of the tactical war game in which players attempt to predict where their opponent's ships are in order to sink them?
Battleships.
Correct, Barbara. In geography, where is the province of Quebec situated, in eastern or western Canada?
Eastern Canada.
Correct, David. In music, what C is the common name of the quick waltz tune for piano, originally published in 1877 as the celebrated chop waltz?
Cha-cha.
Chopsticks. Rob, in air travel, BKK is the international airport code for which city's airport in Thailand?
Bangkok.
Correct, Ian. In music, what is the highest register of singing voice a woman, girl or boy can have?
Oh, no idea.
Soprano. Gillian. In the animal kingdom, Persian and Siamese are both breeds of which domestic animal?
Cats.
Correct, Colin.
Bank.
In the 1960s, which American band had hits with Fun 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 and California Girls?
The Beach Boys.
Correct, Barbara.
Bank.
On a standard British Monopoly board, name one of the orange properties.
Bow Street.
Correct, David. In Time is up. You banked just in time, and in total you put into your kitty £700. Whose headlights are running on dim? Whose clutch has got very stuck? It's time to vote off.
Colin is the strongest link. The statistics show that Ian is the weakest link for the second time. But can he survive another vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Ian.
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 David.
Ian.
Ian.
Colin, how's it going for you?
So-so.
So-so.
Yes.
Does it get any better than so-so?
Hopefully, yes. So-so-so.
Why, Ian?
Well, he's been brilliant, but just cracked a little in that last round.
Barbara, good on quizzes, are you?
Well, I normally like to be on your side of the microphone, Anne, because we compile quizzes for a local quiz team.
Your local quiz team? It's a pretty hot local quiz team, is it?
Red hot.
Red hot. So could you explain to us, Barbara, as the compiler of this red hot local quiz team, why you've never heard of crustacean?
I have heard of a crustacean, and yes.
You screwed up the answer. Why's that?
I knew it was the wrong answer when I said it, actually. It was just purely...
Oh, is that one of the tricks of your
total
very hot
inability.
quiz team?
I don't have to answer them normally, you see, so...
Right. David, what do you do?
I'm a drama and English student at Bristol University.
Just starting,
Yeah, it's my first year.
is it? So they haven't taught you yet the difference between a waltz and a cha-cha-cha. Why, Ian?
He was the weakest link.
Statistically, Ian was the worst player. And with 4 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Nobody's being ruthless or tactical at the moment, but I'm sure there will be a time. I think Barbara's probably going to win, and if she doesn't, she really deserves to for wearing that jacket.
Round 3 so far, you have in the kitty £2,250 out of a possible 5,000. You're down to 5 players. We're taking another 10 seconds off the time. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Colin. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Colin, what is the name of the Royal Navy's amphibious infantry?
Royal Marines.
Correct, Barbara. In human biology, the smallest bone in the body, known as the stapes or stirrup bone, is found inside which organ?
The ear.
Correct, David. In pop music, complete the title of Hearsay's debut single, Pure and what?
Simple.
Correct, Rob.
Bank.
What is the name given to a dive from a high place using an elastic cord tied to the body as a restraint?
Pass.
Bungee jump. Gillian, in food, pâté de foie gras originates from which country?
France.
Correct, Colin. In TV, complete the title of the 1980s sitcom starring Paul Nicholas, Just Good What?
Friends.
Correct, Barbara. In nature, dates and coconuts grow on which species of tree?
Palm tree.
Correct, David. In chemistry, calcium is classed as being what, metallic or non-metallic?
Metallic.
Correct, Rob. What is the name of the animated penguin character who gives his name to the children's TV show made in Norway?
Pingu.
Correct, Gillian. In pop music, complete the title of Tom Jones' 1965 UK hit single, What's New What?
Pussycat.
Correct,
Bank.
Colin. In which country was the golfer Seve Ballesteros born?
Spain.
Correct, Barbara. Which famous playwright left money in his will in 1950 to develop a more efficient phonetic alphabet? George Bernard Shaw or Oscar Wilde?
George Bernard Shaw.
Correct, David. What is the surname of Malcolm, the musician and producer who managed the Sex Pistols?
McDowell.
McLaren. Rob, in the TV series Pugsley and Wednesday were the children of which ghoulish family?
The Addams Family.
Correct, Gillian. In the Bible, who was sentenced to wander the earth by God for murdering his brother?
Cain.
Correct, Colin.
Bank.
In fashion, what H is the bottom edge of a garment which is folded under and stitched down?
Hem.
Correct. Barbara, which former member of the band Take That won 3 Brit Awards in February 2001?
George Michael?
No, Robbie Williams. David, in which borough of London did Tony Blair live before moving to Downing
Islington.
Street? Correct. Rob,
Bank.
on a 24-hour clock, what time is 7 hours after midday?
Pass.
1900 hours. Gillian, in the New Testament, according to the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus said, the meek shall inherit the what?
Pass.
Time is up. The correct answer is Earth. And in that round, you banked £1,000. Who is surplus to requirements? Who has made too few visits to the fountain of knowledge? It's time to vote off the weakest link.
Colin is the strongest link for the second time because he answered all of his questions correctly and banked money for the team. Rob is the weakest link, but will his earlier round as the strongest link be enough to save him in the vote?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Gillian?
Rob.
David.
Rob.
Rob.
Gillian? Why Rob?
Well, I thought everyone knew what a bungee jump was, and he got that wrong.
David, the drama student who doesn't know the difference between a waltz and a cha-cha-cha. Never heard of Malcolm McLaren?
I've heard of him. I had a, decent
How
effort.
many weeks have you been at drama school now?
I'm not at drama school, I'm at university studying drama. There's a difference, so...
What, you learn even less, do you, at university studying drama?
I wouldn't say that. I think that's a bit
Not
unfair.
much display of your knowledge of entertainment. Why have you voted for Rob?
I think the questions he got wrong, he knew the answers, he was just under pressure, and he banked too early at 250 in the first sequence.
Rob, the student, who can't add up quickly. He doesn't know what a bungee jump is. With 3 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I'm happy I wasn't voted out in the first round because that would have been really embarrassing and all my friends would take the mickey out of me. So I'm quite happy I got as far as I did. I think David will be voted off next because he's quite cocky and he has been getting a couple of questions wrong.
Round 4, team. So far, you've banked £3,250 out of potential prize money of £7,500. There are 4 of you left. You got rid of Rob, Lisa and Ian, but the good news is you've still got David, the drama student, who's hopeless on musical questions. We are taking another 10 seconds off the clock. You now have only 2 minutes. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Colin. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Colin, in music, Phil Collins, Tony Banks and Mike Rutherford were members of which band during the 1970s, 80s and 90s?
Genesis.
Correct, Barbara. In Indian cookery, what is paneer, cheese or egg?
Cheese.
Correct, David. In religion, complete the name of this commemorative day in the Christian calendar. Corpus what?
Christy.
Correct,
Thanks.
Gillian. In film, which sport featured in the 1996 comedy Kingpin, starring Woody Harrelson
Kempin
and
bowling.
Bill? Correct, Colin. In gardening, what D is a pointed digging tool used to make holes in soil for bulbs or seedlings?
A dibber.
Correct, Barbara. What is the title of Alfred Lord Tennyson's 1854 poem about an ill-fated cavalry charge in the Crimean War?
Pass.
Charge of the Light Brigade. David, in sport, which famous British athlete won the 1500 metres Olympic gold medal in 1980 and 1984?
Sebastian Coe.
Correct, Gillian. In which handicraft is the moss stitch used, knitting or embroidery?
Embroidery.
Knitting. Colin, in art, what was the first name of the artist Cézanne?
Auguste.
Paul. Barbara, which South African city in the Gauteng province was founded in 1886 following the discovery of gold?
Johannesburg?
Correct, David. In TV, how many members were in the pop group The Monkees?
5.
4. Gillian, which is the only island state in the United States of America?
Manhattan.
Hawaii. Colin, in sport, which surname links the footballers Andy, Ashley and Joe from the England squad that faced Albania in March 2001?
Cole.
Correct. Barbara, in
Thanks.
nature, what name is given to a major branch of a tree as well as the leg of a human?
Trunk.
Limb. David, Which British coin was withdrawn as legal tender in 1984?
Shilling.
Halfpenny. Gillian. Orson Welles caused panic in America in 1938 when he announced on the radio an attack. Time is up. I cannot complete the question. And in that round, you banked a miserable, pathetic, depressing, embarrassing £300. Who's not cutting the mustard? Who has more ambition than talent? It's time to vote off.
For the third time, Colin is the strongest link. The statistics show that Gillian is the weakest link. But will the other players have picked up on this?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Gillian.
Gillian.
Barbara.
David.
Barbara, who's a member, remember, of a red-hot quiz team. Not red-hot, your performance, is it?
Not really, no.
Why Gillian?
I just remember Gillian getting a couple of questions wrong and...
Like you did?
Yes, indeed, yes. But I felt she was the weakest link.
David, the drama student.
Yes?
What are you going to do when you grow up?
I haven't thought about it yet, Anne.
Why Gillian?
Well, I think she's banking too soon. She's being hesitant. She got a few questions wrong. And, well, she's only 19.
You got 2 questions wrong. Did you bank anything, David?
Didn't really have the chance to, or nothing substantial.
Gillian, who works in a surf shop and has obviously never heard of Hawaii. With 2 votes, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
I can't believe I got the Hawaii question wrong. Should have known that. Work in a surf shop. Should have known. I would like to see David voted off next because he's too cocky and I don't want him to win.
Round 5. Your total so far is £3,550, but if you'd hit your targets, it would be £10,000. There are 3 of you left. Another 10 seconds coming off the time. We start with the strongest link from the last round. That's Colin. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. Colin, which was the first Thomas Hardy novel to be published under his own name? A Pair of Blue Eyes or Desperate Remedies?
Desperate Remedies.
No, A Pair of Blue Eyes. Barbara, the father of which 20th century British Prime Minister was a shopkeeper who became Mayor of Grantham?
Margaret Thatcher.
Correct. David, in nature, what is the name of the outer layer of the tree bark which is often used as a stopper in wine bottles?
Cork.
Correct. Colin, what in American slang is your John Hancock?
I don't know.
Signature. Barbara, in the book of Genesis, whose name is derived from the Hebrew word for man?
Adam.
Correct. David, in legend, what was the name of the famed court of King Arthur's kingdom?
Camelot.
Correct. Colin, in UK geography, what D is the name of the English city located on the River Derwent?
Derby.
Correct. Barbara, according to Shakespeare, before the Battle of Agincourt, Henry V encouraged his men to cry, God for Harry, England and St. Who?
John.
George. David, in pop music, which Billy Ocean song did Boyzone release for comic relief in 1999?
Words.
When the going gets tough. Colin, in travel, what F is the seaside port in Kent which has ferry connections to Boulogne?
Folkestone.
Correct. Barbara, in sport, which American tennis player beat Martina Hingis to win her first Grand Slam title at the 2001 Australian Open?
Lindsay Davenport.
No, Jennifer Capriati. David, in the New Testament, what A is the name given to the 12 disciples whose
Apostles.
Jesus... Correct. Colin,
Bang.
which comedy musical features the song entitled Sweet Transvestite?
I don't know.
Rocky Horror Show. Barbara, in professional boxing, which is heavier, a super bantamweight or a super featherweight?
A super bantamweight.
No, a super featherweight. David, in Russia, in the official Orthodox Church, Christmas falls on the... Time's up, and after all that work, you banked a disappointing £300. Now, in round 6, you get the chance to triple what you bank, and that means in the next round, there's £7,500 to be won. The question is, who is too tiresome to stay? Who would you be better off without? It's time to vote off.
David is the strongest link according to the statistics. In a dramatic reversal of fortune, Colin has gone from strongest link to weakest link. But will his earlier strong rounds be enough to earn him a place in the final round?
Voting over, it's time to reveal who you think is the weakest link.
Colin.
Colin.
David.
David, how's it going for you?
Could be better, I suppose.
Why Colin?
Too damn good. I'd rather face Barbara, and I think Barbara would rather face me than face Colin.
So you're voting for him because you think he was the most tough opposition?
Overall, yeah. Yeah, I mean, he had a bad round that round. But overall, yeah.
So you've stopped playing as a team?
Well, I came here to win some money.
So you're a coward as well as a drama student?
Interesting.
Barbara, why Colin?
Well, I'm just a coward and not a drama student, so...
Colin, statistically you were the weakest link in that last round, but overall you've been the strongest link in the game. Unfortunately, it's done you no favours. With 2 votes, you're the weakest link. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Well, naturally, I'm disappointed at being voted off because having had 3 or 4 good rounds, I think the last round was a nightmare for all of us, really. I'd be quite happy to see Barbara win. I think on balance she's been consistently good, making the odd mistake, but then we're all human.
Round 6 so far, team. You've won £3,850 out of a possible 12,500. Barbara and David, just the 2 of you left, and this time you have only 90 seconds. But whatever you win in this round will be tripled and added to your total to make up your final prize money. So £7,500 is at stake in this round. We'll start with the strongest link from the last round. That's David. Let's play the weakest link. Start the clock. David, Martin Scorsese's 1995 film Casino is set in which American city?
Las Vegas.
Correct. Barbara, in law, what D is an attack on a person's good name, character or reputation?
Defamation.
Correct. David, in the TV comedy series Blackadder III, who played the half-witted Prince Regent?
Pass.
Hugh Laurie. Barbara, in literature, John Who wrote the Rabbit series of novels published between 1960 and 1990?
Pass.
Updike. David, who succeeded Barbara Bush as America's First Lady in 1993?
Hillary Clinton.
Correct. Barbara,
Bank.
with which religion are the Jesuits associated?
Pass.
Christianity. David, which famous boxer said in 1967, I ain't got no quarrel
Muhammad Ali.
Correct. Barbara, in travel, in which European country would you be arriving if you flew into Turin Airport?
Italy.
Correct.
Bank.
David, which Scottish snooker player became the youngest to win the World
Stephen
Championship?
Hendry.
Correct. Barbara,
Bank.
in the animal kingdom, how many wings does a mosquito have?
4.
2. David, what was the name of the large wooden beams with a metal tip that were used in medieval times to break through doors or castle fortifications?
Battering rams.
Correct. Barbara,
Bank.
which veteran British actor delivered the line, use the force, Luke, during the climactic battle of the 1977 film Star Wars?
Laurence Olivier.
Sir Alec Guinness. David, which process of treating rubber was invented by the American Charles Goodyear in
Vulcanization.
1839? Correct. Barbara, in
Bank.
human biology, which nerve transmits visual impulses from the retina
optic
to the
nerve.
brain? Correct. David. Time's up. You banked just in time, and in that round, you won £450. We'll treble that and add it to the winnings for the previous rounds. That means total prize money this evening of £5,200. But of course, only one of you can take that money away. So now you'll be playing against each other head to head. I'll ask alternate questions, best of 5. Whoever answers the most correctly wins. It's as simple as that. If there's a tie after 5, we'll go for sudden death until we have a winner. So Barbara and David, for £5,200, let's play the weakest link. David, as the strongest link in the last round, you have the choice of who goes first.
I'll take that option.
David, in food, the name of which Italian cheese literally translates as sweet milk?
Gorgonzola.
Correct answer is dolce latte. Barbara, in horse racing, what name is given to an ungelded male thoroughbred horse until he reaches the age of 5?
A stallion.
No, the correct answer is colt. David, in art, whose sculpture, entitled The Physical Impossibility of Death in the Mind of Someone
Damien
Living?
Hirst.
That is the correct answer. Barbara, in which Charles Dickens novel does Little Nell appear?
Nicholas Nickleby?
No, the correct answer is The Old Curiosity Shop. David, in politics, in which month in 1997 was the Labour Party elected to office?
March.
No, the correct answer is May. Barbara, in which martial art did Britain's Kate Howie win a silver medal at the Sydney Olympics?
Taekwondo.
No, the correct answer is judo. David, what was the name of the hippie rabbit in the children's TV series Magic Roundabout?
Michael Farkas.
No, the correct answer is Dylan. Barbara, which industrial seaport is connected to Liverpool by the Queensway Road Tunnel and the Mersey Rail Tunnel?
Ellesmere Port.
No, the correct answer is Birkenhead. David, if you answer this question correctly, you have won. So for £5,200, in film, Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau starred in which 1993 comedy about elderly neighbours?
Grumpy Old Men.
That is the correct answer. That means, David, you are today's strongest link and you go away with £5,200. Barbara, you leave with nothing. Join us again for the weakest link. Goodbye.
I definitely think David was the justified winner. I think for somebody of David's age, his knowledge was fantastic.
Anne called me a coward, but I hardly expected her to applaud my tactical genius. I don't care. I'm a coward!
I wouldn't call the voting ruthless, but I think definitely some tactical voting came into play.
I am the deserved winner. I am the strongest link.